Hello, Reddophiles! We got a great episode coming up for you, but before that, we just want to say, if you haven't done it yet, sign up to our Patreon. There are now tons of exclusive episodes on there that you are going to love. Go to patreon.com/theyearispod. Sign up right now. £3, not a big deal. Also, I am at Soho Theatre July 5th and 6th in London doing my last tour shows of Cockroach before I take it to the Edinburgh Fringe. Go to bobbymair.net and buy some tickets. Okay, enjoy the app.
The year is with Red and Bobby. The time is 12:08. It's a Friday, Jubilee Friday. Let's start this off, Bobby. Go.
Welcome to the Year Is Podcast, the podcast where every episode, me, comedian Bobby Mair, and my friend, comedian Red Richardson, travel back to a year in history. We talk about the weirdest, most interesting, and fucked up things from that year. And our guest this episode, it's our first fan.
Well, I wouldn't. Come on.
And comedian.
Yeah.
Yes, fan first, comedian second.
Yeah.
Yeah, fan/comedian Ed Knight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Formerly known as Ed Day.
It's a pleasure to have. Don't put my government on the podcast. What are you talking about? That's insane.
But you had to change your name on Spotlight, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. There was already another Ed Day kicking about, and they didn't let me use my name, my real name, so I had to change it.
I'm just confused about why there can't be two actors with the same name. It's like, eventually there's going to be so many people.
This is what was fucked up, because I was allowed to use my name if I got like a written letter of permission from them saying I could, and they were like, no. I think because I'm thinking of doing open mic comedy one day, so
that's so
I don't want us to
what
clash.
They said now?
Yeah, they were just like, no,
That's
you
so
can't have
fun.
it. It's my name. It's
Imagine
crazy.
being called Robert De Niro and being a shit actor.
Well, that happens to loads of people, isn't it? Like David Jason's, his real name is Barry White.
What?
Did you not know this?
What,
This
Del
is like the
Boy?
most famous. Yeah,
Del
Del Boy's
Boy, he's
real
called
name is Barry White.
That
yeah.
is so funny.
Yeah.
But there was already a pretty good...
I just want to clear up this fan of the podcast thing.
Yeah,
we had
okay.
going
Oh, God,
earlier
he's
on.
mad.
Just clear that
Red
up.
told me you love the podcast, so you listen to all
I
the
do. I
eps.
really enjoy the podcast. I really enjoy hearing Red getting taken down a peg. It's
down a peg? What are you
Someone,
talking about?
someone needs to do it.
Well,
Oh,
because
stop
in
it.
life, I'm friends with Red. And I'd say, not that we're not friends, but you're friends with Red and I'm friends
Yeah.
with Red. That's our connection.
Yeah.
But
I'm the glue.
You're
I'm
the sticky
the reason
glue.
we're all here.
But I would
Yeah.
say in life, Red, probably because he's bigger than you and a bit older than you, he likes to bully you.
He
I
does
don't
like to bully
him.
me. You keep calling me your protege.
I did what on a podcast? I said
Yeah.
Well, when I met you, you were a tiny little baby.
Yeah, we met when like I was like
You
it
were
was
10.
doing like my 5th gig or 6th
Yeah, he
gig
was
or
10
something. So
years
I've known Red like the longest out of anyone.
You
in
used to
comedy.
juggle on stage. That was Ed's act. They called
Yeah.
him the juggling boy.
They call me the juggling boy.
No,
But
I met
thought
you
there was
when
already
you were
somebody called the juggling boy in
you were
Spotlight. so
18.
I was 19. Yeah.
19.
Yeah, fresh faced little
fresh-faced young boy.
spring faced boy doing stand up comedy for the first time.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you now?
26.
So it's been a long old
Long
ride.
time. How old are you now, Red?
Like 30 or something. No, I'm 33.
Yeah, 30 or something.
A woman in
yeah.
Thailand thought you were 45, so...
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that
but
was
everyone
so
else
funny.
said 33.
That was so funny.
Everyone
like,
else, you was just mean.
every sort of like I had to kind of figure out what time it would have been in Thailand because of the time difference. But every day, without fail, I'd get either a picture of Red in like a swimming pool talking about how good his life is, or a 5-minute audio recording of a tourist calling him a hippo.
No, it was good fun.
How many people were you messaging all your friends while on your honeymoon?
I know of at least you, me, and Sunil.
Yes, Sunil got a few.
Who else?
I don't know.
But were you just
just the
sitting
boys.
there?
Do you know how
people.
long it takes to send a message? 5 seconds.
But like,
What do you want me to be doing? It's so little time.
Sexing your wife. That's what
Yeah,
honeymoons are for.
don't
Tell you
be
what,
so
sexing
crude.
is, he only takes 5 seconds to sex.
Oh, very nice. Bobby went on safari recently and came back after a day without seeing the lion. So, you know.
That was because it's very hard to travel with a baby who didn't want to sleep for a night, Red. And you couldn't understand that because you don't have a child. The struggles of a parent are very difficult.
Absolutely.
and-
You went on safari. That's sick. I went on safari in Melbourne.
yeah,
Did
no.
you?
It was so sick.
What did they have?
The headlines, they're gorillas.
Yeah?
Yeah, the gorilla exhibition was sick because the
Indigenous to Australia?
the tour guide. No,
Yeah, Red.
No.
Indigenous
So-
Australia.
No, the point I'm trying to get, I'm actually being really clever here. Subtle.
yeah,
So you're sort of funding animals being stolen.
no. I had the ticket bought for me, like it was like a free trip.
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah,
part of
sure.
the Melbourne Comedy Festival. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He's
so-
not just a fan; he's also a comedian.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you won't know what it's like to go to the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
I've never been, no.
Have you been to the zoo?
I've been to London Zoo. I had a great time.
How
I used
is
to
it?
go regularly as a kid. And then I go to
It's
the
not
gift
something
shop
I would
after
do.
and buy a soft toy of my favourite animal of the day.
What's your favourite animal? What's like your most
I had a
regular favourite
monkey
animal?
that I called Jim.
Jim.
What a
Yeah.
shitty name for a monkey.
What type of monkey? Yeah, it's awful. Well,
Why?
yeah, George is quite a bad name for a monkey.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
that's just Hack. I wasn't Hack. you
Yeah.
know. What was your childhood toy called, Dad?
My child, I had a stuffed tiger from one of those claw machines at the petrol
Mhm.
station. It was called Hobbs,
Yeah.
after Calvin and Hobbes.
I didn't have toys when I was a kid. I just worked out and fucked.
Just pumping iron.
Yeah, I was pumping iron and
Just-
fucking. That's
just
what I
doing it
did.
Yeah,
from-
that was
just
your-
doing it from day. Just
Yeah.
getting pussy from day, man.
Yeah.
That's why I respect Bobby. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
a lot of people are like, "Oh, I was an awkward kid." No. I was just fucking and like taking numbers.
So how,
Cage fight.
how old?
Cage
Like
fight.
4 or 5?
I was like 10, but looked 15, fucking 19-year-olds. So they thought they were fucking a 15-year-old, but actually they were
They
pedophiles.
thought they were like an ephebophile. What's the word? Like a pederast, and turns out they were just a poor pedophile.
Yeah. We've talked about that tweet. There was a great tweet. We all saw it
Which
about
one?
a couple years ago where it said, when someone's calling someone a pedophile, but you want to correct them and say they're not a pedophile, they're a hebephile, but then you sound like a pedophile.
yeah.
Great tweet. Can't remember who tweeted it, but
Red, which one are you?
Mm.
So I'll try a little gotcha there.
Yeah. Well, good chat, Ed. Let's get on with the podcast.
Yeah, what happened in the year 2001?
wow.
Wow, you just fucked up the intro. I was going to go,
Fuck. Sorry.
get in the time machine, everyone.
Okay.
Ed,
Oh, I hate
there's
when he
pl-
does this.
there's
I know we're not
plenty-
doing that fucking
there's
time
plenty of
machine.
Does he
room.
do this every time?
Oh.
I shotgun
It
the
just
front,
gets cut out
shotgun the
every
front
time. It just
seat.
gets cut out every time.
Everyone, put your belts on. Woo! We're back, 2001.
He tried this on the first episode, and
Yeah,
I
he told me
vetoed
he
it.
told me I'm not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to do it ever since.
Okay.
I
So
go,
you just
oh
thought
my God, what's that outside? I can see the Twin Towers. Because we're back in 2001.
Sorry, you're saying that you're flying a machine through the air and you can see the Twin Towers. out
Yeah.
the window.
Oh, we're going into it. Oh no.
Oh,
We're
there's another
crashing.
time machine. Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, there's another time machine.
Two time machines.
I love the idea that that Red goes back in time, and his dream to go. He's like, I want to go back to 2001 and be one of the hijackers at 9/11.
I want to get back to New York. Or it's just my time machine's ruined.
I feel like they could have done a lot more if they had good leadership.
Yeah, I've often thought that you're the Muhammad Atta of comedy.
Well, yeah. Ring the Samaritans is the lesson learned that day, you know?
Bring the Samaritan.
What?
Just don't. Mental health is important.
I heard a lot of the hijackers were struggling with their mental health.
Yeah,
issues.
Yeah,
well, they
why did
committed
someone-
suicide, so
Why
clearly
didn't
they were.
someone just talk to them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, just open up.
Someone just didn't talk to them, you know?
Well, what happened there was someone who was thinking about harming themselves or other people, and they talked to someone else, and they told them their ideas about harming themselves and other people, and that person said,
Yeah.
"I'd like to get involved."
Yeah,
Yeah, they
And
talked
then
to
they-
like, yeah.
cheaper
just
than
spread.
therapy.
They
Getting
talked to like
getting
a
on a
CIA
flight, isn't it?
agent who was like, please. I actually saw an article about that yesterday. It was like an undercover cop was like chatting to this guy online who was suicidal, and the undercover cop posing as like a sexy woman convinced him to like kill himself, like in a blaze of glory instead.
What a cuck.
Yeah. And then they arrested him for like planning a terrorist attack or something.
fuck.
It was insane.
God, I watched.
That seems that seems weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, why
Did
would
they
you do
bring
that?
up the idea? They were like, "What if you instead of killing yourself?"
Yeah, they were like, don't hang yourself. How about you, like, you got to take some people with you. Do you know what I mean? That's the mission. If you're going to kill yourself anyway, you might as well.
Jesus.
And he was like, all right, well, I won't kill myself tonight. And then they went and arrested him for planning a terror attack or something.
Fucking
It's
hell.
insane.
I watched the 9/11 doc the other day,
Yeah.
and
Was it the film Remember Me?
no, do you remember what it was? It was last year. Like there was released like 6 docs
Yeah.
for the 20-year anniversary, which
Of
seems a
9/11.
weird thing to do. It's usually like albums you do that.
I never
for.
watched it. I felt like I remembered what happened, and that was
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
no, there
feel
was
like
loads
there's
of
not-
like
no disrespect to the victims of 9/11, but I feel like there's not a huge amount to like go into. Do you know what I mean? You've got the planes hitting the towers, George Bush being whispered to by that guy in the school, and the one that failed.
Oh
the
no, this
passengers took
had
over, do you know
loads
what
of
I
it. They spoke to the guy who taught them to fly the plane. They had one guy who was on the desk at the airport, and he said, "They look like terrorists to me, but I don't want to get in trouble because you can't really say anything anymore. It's like this racist guy was just completely vindicated that one time in his horrific opinions.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But that wasn't the biggest thing
In
that happened in
2001.
2001, no.
Yes, it was.
It was the biggest
it wasn't.
thing, yeah.
Well, are you going to let me talk?
Well, we think we're done talking about 9/11?
Well, no, okay, fine. We'll carry on talking about 9/11. I thought Ed was just like, well, all that happened is a plane went into a building.
No, I mean, we're sort of like comedians. We're the new philosophers. We've got a lot to offer the people listening to this about, like,
oh my God.
we can have a little a forum here
Philosophers
about
don't
9/11.
get punched in the face.
I think they probably did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They
Didn't they
deserve it.
Have you ever been punched? When's the last time you got punched in the face?
Not for years.
Yeah,
Didn't they make Socrates kill himself?
Yeah, he drank hemlock. Yeah,
Really? Why? Because he was too smart.
yeah, something like
Your
that.
brain's pissing me off. Drink
Yeah,
this.
yeah. He was like, he was too much
They
of
were
a
all.
player.
They were all. What's funny is they don't call it. When Greeks 3,000 years ago were pedophiles, they don't call it pedophilia. They call it like, what do they call it?
Love.
Boy love.
No,
They
no.
had that practice of like you'd have like your
Pedantry.
wife.
Is it pedant? No.
You'd have
Well,
your
like
wife,
Gandhi did that thing.
and then like a boy.
Gandhi would like, I'm going to sleep with 10, 11-year-olds so you know I'm a good guy because I'm not going to do anything. It's like, this is weird.
Yeah, that's weird as hell.
Look how erect I am and I'm not doing anything.
Socrates was a fucking loser in the end because he got ordered to like the court or something ordered his execution. They were like, you have to drink hemlock, and he had like loads of mates who were like, we'll just like get you out of the city. We'll just like help you run away. He was like, no, I'll just do it.
Fuck. Why did he do that?
I don't know, man.
He probably wanted a cool end.
Some
We could
kind
go
of
live in
loser.
Bali or something.
Yeah. I wonder why he didn't do that.
I would have done that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're that smart, you could have built a plane.
Oh, is that Socrates? Oh
Yeah,
my god.
He really is
And here comes
intelligent.
Plato. Oh fuck.
Yeah. But 2001, big event, probably the biggest event in our lifetime, Bobby,
What
for
was
us
that?
personally, and for this podcast.
9/11.
Without this, we wouldn't be here today.
9/11.
Wikipedia was launched in 2001, which
Jesus.
many of the amazing facts that have been shared on this show, I hate to say, have come from Wikipedia. No, we don't always read books to research for this show.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't have time for that, so we go on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
What a great invention.
What's your favourite page on Wikipedia, Red?
There's loads. There's too many to pick from, and I'm not 5. Why would I pick my favourite page on Wikipedia?
You literally just asked me what my favourite monkey was like 5 minutes ago. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I said, what was your favourite childhood toy?
Oh, yeah, there's the tiger.
Because you were a child, so you would have had a favourite
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So it made
you're right,
sense.
yeah.
He's using a stroppy tone again.
I'm not.
You are. That's
Oh,
your
sorry,
stroppy
Rab, sorry
tone.
for coming on and undermining the format.
Okay, well, we all...
He's trying to be serious, Ed. Look at his serious face. Okay, continue.
well,
Continue
I'm
being serious.
add to it.
Who invented Wikipedia?
I don't know. I'll Wikipedia it now.
You told me, Bobby, you don't need your computer. I've done all the research. I know what's up.
I didn't expect him to ask questions. I forgot to tell you, one of the big rules of this podcast is don't ask questions, because often we don't know the answers.
Who invented
That's my bad.
Wikipedia? I don't know.
Okay. I do know now because I just Wikipedia'd it.
Okay.
That's how good this program website is.
Yeah,
You
I've
can
got to
just
start using it.
Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger.
Larry Sanger.
Yeah.
Jimmy Wales.
They sound like they have big dicks. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Jimmy Wales is like a he plays darts and he's got a big fat hog. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he deserves everything he gets because Wikipedia's great. Anytime you want to know something, when did someone die? Look it up. I always Wikipedia people's ages.
Me
Me too. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with that.
Know what I
I'm
do?
successful people.
Yeah.
When someone dies, right? The second it comes out in the news,
Mm-hmm.
like the second I go to Wikipedia, it's already on there.
Oh my god, yeah. It's
My
crazy.
dream is to get there
Before I've done that
before
Mm-hmm.
and then screenshot it and be like, they're alive.
I've done that.
I've done
before.
that with I'm not screenshotting it, but I've done that with one person before who's like a minor celebrity, where I got on the Wikipedia page before it got changed.
Have you got a Wikipedia page?
No.
No, I don't.
I love when a celebrity dies. Like,
What?
yeah.
Why?
Okay, let's say it's somebody who did something cool like 30 years ago, right?
Mhm.
we haven't really got any feeling. They've given me nothing for years.
Mhm.
But then they die, right? And I feel sad. I rewatch all their work. I get to talk about them for a couple days.
Yeah.
It's like they give me a second gift.
Well, the nostalgia floods back, I suppose.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
remember
sure everyone
my
with Robin Williams.
childhood.
Well, I was thinking of Ray Liotta, who's just died,
Yeah.
right? Because I'd only ever seen The Godfather. It's the only film of his I'd seen. But when he died,
The
I was
Godfather.
like, the fucking Goodfellas.
Yeah,
That's
thank
the
you.
one. Sorry, my bad. And I just
Should
got
have
really sad about
Wikipedia'd
it.
what
Do
he'd
you know
done
I mean?
before you
Okay.
came on this fucking podhead. Yeah, it is sad. I was watching clips of Goodfellas last night.
So sick. He's so
I-
sick in that movie.
Okay.
And
I'm
he
not-
said
I'm
that he
not-
had sex with Miss Piggy. That's so
What? Who's
You
Miss
don't see
Piggy?
that? He did a Rolling Stone interview about the Muppet movie, and he was like, "Miss Piggy is the only co-star I've ever slept with."
The Muppets people would not like that. They're very
No.
litigious.
No, he just got like jacked off by some guy wearing the Miss Piggy
Yeah,
hat.
yeah. I don't think that was Miss Piggy. It was Kevin Spacey.
Here's the thing. I thought Ray Liotta was already dead.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I didn't know.
Okay.
That's bad.
I got
d-
that with loads of
I hate to
celebrities.
say he did look dead for a while. Do you know what I mean?
That was his look,
Yeah.
hot guy who's had a tough year.
Yeah, hot guy top year.
Ray
That's so
Liotta
funny.
permanently looked like a good-looking guy
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
just
got
hit rock
addicted to
bottom.
heroin and got off it a week ago.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like his vibe.
Desperately needing a hit.
Yeah.
yeah,
He was always quite sweaty and grey looking, but he was a great looking guy, great and Goodfellas.
yeah.
I think you're just remembering Goodfellas
Yeah,
though, when you
the
say
end
he was
where
sweaty
he's,
and
like,
grey
coked
looking.
up. And
No,
driving
because
away from
in
the
every
helicopter.
film, I watched a film with him and John Cusack in recently. It's the same look, where they're all at a hotel. But we had Tim Renko on the podcast, who was in his show, Lorraine Bracco, who plays Ray Liotta's wife.
Yeah, I saw Lorraine
So
Bracco's
we're
tweet
kind
about
of
it.
connected to the whole thing.
Yeah, we're 3
We should
degrees
go-
of
Really
separation.
Yeah.
separate from.
You know.
Do you think we'll be invited
You
to
two.
the
Funeral.
The funeral.
I also know.
Well, I'd
Tim,
love
so
to
I'm
be
the
eating a
same.
sandwich at the table, like talking to his wife, going, "Oh, why are you?" He was like, well, Tim Renko, a friend of ours, had Lorraine Bracco on his TV show, who was his wife, and so we just thought we'd come.
You're imagining that Ray Liotta's
Also
wife
De
doesn't
Niro's
know
here.
who Lorraine Bracco is. You know, to explain, he was in this movie called
She was at her
Goodfellas.
called Goodfellas, which is ironic because they're all actually really mean. Like, there's not one nice guy
Oh
in
my
it.
god! I fucking knew you were gonna do that joke. You're the first and last person I'd expect to do. These guys are actually bad fellas. That joke.
Wow.
Should
co-
be called-
it's
that's
a
a
comedy
good name for the
joke.
movie.
It's not just
Yeah.
history, this podcast, it's a bit comedy as well.
Well, yeah, did Goodfellas come out? That was nearly 2001. Was oh no, it was
No,
like
it was like
1990.
94,
Yeah, yeah.
93. You weren't even born.
No, I was born in 1995.
Yeah.
We've
I
already done
remember
that,
that
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Oh,
could've-
really?
95.
I could have held
Yeah,
you
you
and
were
fed
12.
you.
I would have loved that.
No, I
movie,
was
sure.
9. Thank you.
9.
That's
I
crazy.
could have fed you with a
That's
little
he's our
bottle.
youngest guest. You could have had illegal sex with him at one point in your life.
I can't. No, I don't think I am your youngest guest.
Well,
Surely.
Red, I mean, I could have illegal sex with anyone. It's
No,
cool.
but I mean, it's on the podcast.
I mean, I could have illegal sex with you.
he's the first. He's the first.
I can
have
have
illegal sex with anyone.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, who's our youngest guest?
Still you there? I don't know, but I'm like 26. You must have had someone younger.
No, yours.
Finley Christie.
Oh,
Oh
Finley
yeah, that
Christie, yeah.
whippersnapper.
He's so young.
Yeah, he is. A little boy band. He's a great guy, Finley. Very funny.
Great, yeah, very
Um,
funny.
Call him a little
Shout out
boy
Finley.
band.
Well, he just looks like he's in a boy band, doesn't he? He's got boy band good looks.
I think he's just good looking.
Yeah, but that's
we've all
but-
got boy
but you
band
s-
good looks.
Really?
Me and Ed could have been in a boy
yeah,
band.
we could have definitely been in a
Boy band, the plane crash, the tour bus.
Yeah, like Buddy Holly's playing post crash.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah.
That would suck. If a plane did, I wouldn't want to be on a crash plane. You know,
Me
that would
neither.
be.
It's devastating. I
Like-
hate it when rich people die as well because you're like, oh, you're having such a good time.
No, but I don't mean that. I just mean like from a personal, my own point of view, where you're like, you have like 20 minutes where you know the plane's gonna crash and you're just still on the plane.
Oh man, that would.
I don't
be
think it's
awful.
20 minutes.
That'd be awful.
I think it starts to shake and then you're like, uh-oh, and then you just go down.
I used to hate turbulence when I was a kid because there's like in the wake of like 2001 or whatever, and a little bit earlier, there were just so many fucking disaster movies coming out. And
Do you mean 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yes, yeah.
I saw that movie and I was worried. Oh my god, I'm about to meet aliens.
Yeah. I'm about to be like worshipped by monkeys and then turn into a giant baby.
When
in the sky.
I said to Bobby, let's do 2001, he said, "Oh, like Space Odyssey." I'm like, "Yeah, that, Bobby."
Let's do 1969. Yeah, I'd hate to be in a plane crash. Also, because everyone who survives a plane crash, all the news you see is like, it's either they survived the plane crash and then like cannibalized each other and starved to death, or like they crashed on a mountain and froze to death, or there's those crazy ones where it's like nobody knows what happened to them, but like they were all found with like radiation in their bodies and kneeling in a circle when they died and all that
They
mad
never
shit.
crash into like a supermarket or a hospital somewhere convenient.
The people,
Yeah.
the people who are the worst are the people who
to
are
a supermarket.
these people who are like, oh, I would never eat people. It's like I would eat people on day one.
Yeah, Bobby would be like,
Absolutely.
it'd be
Day
so
one.
quick. He'd be
Like-
should we kill this guy and eat him?
Yeah.
Red would have a broken ankle. I'd be like, Red, look, it looks like you're not going to make it, but
Yeah, it's just a leg, man.
I'd wake up and Bobby should be chewing on my arm.
like a baby just trying to suckle you.
I was on the plane to Thailand and we had Jamali on, and he told me this horrible thing I can't get out of my head is when they say you got to lie forward.
Yeah.
Like he goes, that's only when you brace. He said that's only because your teeth will stay intact, so they can identify you. That doesn't have anything to do with safety.
That was the thing I heard when I was a kid as well, is that like the reason they put you in that position is because it snaps your neck instantly and it doesn't like.
Well, I turned to Rosie
It can't be true,
when they're
surely.
doing
It can't be true.
the thing, and I was just like,
nobody would be allowed to put you in a position. Everyone get in the position that snaps your neck. There's no way that would be allowed.
I just turned to Rosie. I was like, do you know why they make us do this as they're doing the
Did you
demonstration?
tell her?
Yeah, I was like,
on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Such a fucking
I was like,
maniac.
it's so
You're
they can
such a
recognise our
little,
teeth.
Weird little freak.
But they also, the air
Here's
hostess
the
is
thing.
like,
That's one of those moments. If in that moment Rosie stood up and just said, "Listen, I don't want to be married to you," and then she just left. She left, right, and then divorced you, and you guys separated. Then anytime someone asked, "Why did you and Red break up?" all she would have to do is say that story, and they'd go,
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
I
weird,
get
sounds
that.
like a weird guy. Yeah.
it's funny with the air stewardess when they give the whole demonstration. Because and if we land on the sea and we'll put out the life prop, it's like, when has that ever fucking happened?
Yeah, exactly.
They make it look like
land on the ocean.
No,
We're not talking like when they land on like the Hudson River, or Tom Hanks lands on the Hudson.
yeah.
We're talking about like landing in the middle of an ocean.
Middle of the ocean. They're like, everyone just like put your life jacket on and jump in the sea. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm like, how the fuck you no way. I'm like,
Maybe
I'm
you could
dead
ride a
straight
whale.
away.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah. We surf on a dolphin's back all the way to shore. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, they make it seem like it's going to be
Luckily,
like
I
Florida.
brought my whale harness.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And we'll take it in turns on the jet ski.
Yeah.
until some
fucking-
help comes.
I was so scared of like plane
I
crashes
really,
and shit.
I want to do like, because I have like desert island fantasies where you're on a desert island. You just have to like,
survive.
you have to build a little cabin and just like find some food and live your life. Because like, you know what I mean? No techno, just life. You just get to live your life.
I think that's
With some books. I want some books to
Yeah, I
read.
want a couple of books, maybe like a joint or something.
I'd want some Wi-Fi
Yeah.
and a phone.
a Wi-Fi and a phone.
No,
yeah.
Red. The best version of Red that none of us have ever met would be Red that doesn't have a phone. Because whenever you start to have a good time with Red, you're like, oh, we're having a fun time. We're having a fun time. You look over and Red's just staring at his phone. And you're
Spend
like,
like
what?
9 hours a day on Instagram.
Not Insta, Twitter, all of it. I'm on Wikipedia. I'm on Wikipedia a lot as well for this pod.
Had an argument in my Twitter mentions yesterday with a man who didn't know what a BLT was or something like that.
Yeah.
You could just pretended to some guy that you didn't know what a BLT was in
Yeah.
my mentions. Just fucking
Why
every
did
5
you?
seconds.
No, because it was my tweet, and then you got involved.
Yeah, I tweeted at you and I said, what are you talking about?
Most people listening won't know, but I just said, "Oh, I've just discovered the bacon, lettuce, and tomato go really well together." What
Yeah.
when you're freestyling, you can discover.
Oh, this is really a tweet that needs to go down in history.
Yes.
I'm glad it's now been read on a podcast.
Yeah, we're talking about it for 20
I'm glad
minutes.
it's been read
a-
on a podcast as well as tweeted
It was
and
a
put
fun,
on Instagram.
It was a fun moment.
I put up a poll on my Instagram yesterday of like, I've made a fake bit of merch, which is a t-shirt that says Weed Gang. And I
Okay.
had so many people messaging me going, "This is really bad merch. You shouldn't do this." Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
Obviously, I'm joking. You maniac.
Weed gang. The thing is, there's so many things like that.
Yeah.
Weed gang.
Yeah.
I wish
Would
people
you buy
messaged
this?
me and told me what things. If everything we post online that wasn't good, someone would send a message, hey man, just so you know, that's not good. Like, that'd be a lot of messages.
Well, there's the saying trending in WhatsApp. Have you heard that?
No.
It's when someone does a fucking awful tweet.
Oh, yeah.
And no one likes it, but screenshots it and just shares it around.
Me and you've had a few.
Which I think I've said it on this podcast before, but I want there to be a button on Twitter that tells you how many times you've been screenshot.
Oh my god!
It doesn't tell you who's done it. So if you've got like 3 likes and 500 screen, because there's always someone who's just does something like ridiculous on Twitter. And
but you'd hate it because it would just be lots of other comics screenshotting our tweets and going, "I'd delete that." Do you know what I mean?
well, you just know. You go, oh, this has done the rounds for some reason.
What were we talking about before we started talking about this?
Yeah, plane crashes.
Plane crash. That was it.
And then, we went from Bobby eating me to
Oh yeah, I like how the thing you
hilarious.
said about you're always sad when like a rich person dies because they must have been having such a good time.
Yeah, it's
That's
always
so
worse,
funny.
isn't it?
You know that quote, which is like, you know, some people that are like working class people and poor people that like vote against their interests or whatever in America, like consider themselves to. I think it's like a Steinbeck quote. It's like Americans
Ooh, smarty pants.
consider themselves temporarily embarrassed millionaires.
Mm.
That's red. I've never met someone like you. Are so cut out for the rich man lifestyle.
Oh yeah, I would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
but,
time.
but what he's saying is
It's never going to happen for you.
Oh fuck!
that's what you didn't understand.
Well,
his
I-
quote.
No, but none of us are going to
I
be
stopped
like. What I
listening.
mean is, like, none of us are ever going to be like Bezos rich.
No, but I don't need that. I just want enough for like jet ski and a good house. Do you know what I mean? I'm not asking.
Just want to buy
Just
a jet
10
ski.
million. I'm not asking for too much.
How much is a jet ski?
$5,000 probably.
I can get you like a picture of a jet ski.
I get you
No,
an
I didn't even
NFT
use
of a
one
jet
in
ski,
Thailand.
yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous.
Did you get one?
No, because
why not?
they take your passport and then apparently say that you've damaged it and then you've got to pay loads of money. Apparently, they regularly scam stupid Westerners such as me. I was told when I arrived, there's actually a manual about how to behave in Thailand in the hotel. And when I arrived, I read that and they said, do not rent anything because they will.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They just take your ID.
Yeah, we're called farang over there.
Farang?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Foreign tosser.
Foreigner, yeah.
Yeah.
Like foreign wanker. Tourist,
Yeah, basically.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny. So, you're not meant to do that. But that's what I want. I just if everyone in the country gave me £3, which isn't much to ask.
Red.
That's so funny. If everyone in the country
How many
gave
people?
me £3.
Yeah, but is that big a deal? Like, come on, just make someone a
You have
millionaire.
180 million pounds.
Yes.
Listen,
and I'll keep everyone
I don't
updated
really
with my
care
life. I'll send pictures.
But you
What?
with money wouldn't be a better life, Fred.
Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't. I know
I wouldn't
how
have
you
to do
live.
this fucking podcast.
I know how you live, Red. Here's how you live. You wake up in the morning.
Yep.
You look at your phone for 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, not 3.
You take a bath.
Yeah.
You come here. You look at your computer and phone while speaking to me and Ed.
Yeah.
You leave. You take another bath.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look at your phone.
Okay, imagine if the phone was bigger, the bath was bigger.
Well, if the
The
phone was
bed was
bigger.
This is what Bobby's saying.
It's an iPad.
That would literally be the only change. Is
No,
that
it'd be
you're looking at your
awesome.
tweets from a bigger bath.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
I was with Sunil yesterday. We were like, "Hey, Red, do you want to hang out?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I've just got a bath running." And
Yeah.
then today I was like, "Do you want to hang out after the record?" He was like, "No, I've got to go home and have a bath."
Red.
Fucking bath mania.
I like to be clean. What's
What?
wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with it. But what I'm saying is,
Respectable.
you actually are a man of very simple pleasures.
Yes, exactly.
Hot
yeah.
water is your. Oh my God! I hope that someday I have millions and millions of
Yeah.
pounds so I can get more hot water.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you need like a trophy wife? No, I like my wife. I just need hot water.
Yeah.
No, you're probably right.
Big
but still.
tub of water. Red, like if you strip it down, you live like one of those like ancient Greek ascetics. Do you know what I mean?
That's where I'd go. I like the spas and stuff.
You
they've
go to
had.
ancient Greece.
Or Rome. Rome, if I had a time machine. We are going to do an episode on one of those, but the Wikipedia is a bit patchy on it, so we might actually have to read a book before doing it.
This is what's super fucked up. If any of us went back to ancient Rome, we'd just be like we'd be like caught by a net like cartoon style and thrown in the gladiator pit day one.
No,
to
we'd be
eaten
like
by lions for
Asterix and Obelix.
entertainment. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be like
Eating
a
wild
centurion.
boar. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you wouldn't.
No, they were against the Romans.
Me and you would be like run over by a chariot for sport day
Oh
one.
God! Or you just get the first disease going, and then you just
Oh yeah, we'd all just die from diseases, right?
What did they think of fat people in ancient Rome?
loved them. Anyway, British Islamic terrorist Richard Reed. Do you remember him? Do you remember Richard Reed?
No.
Yeah, Big Brother 4. No, Richard Reed. He was the guy with the shoe bomb.
Was that in 2001 also?
That was 2001. It was in
What, like
I don't remember
December or something?
Yeah, it was in like November. So 22nd of December 2001. He tried to blow up a plane
Yeah.
with the shoe bomb. Do you not remember this at all? It was
No.
massive.
I was 6.
Yeah, but you could still be, aware of the
I
news.
wasn't. Yeah. Okay.
You don't remember this at all? British guy.
I just said the other shoe bomb. I remember.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember this guy. At
Here,
all.
so this guy, what happened was
Okay.
9/11 happened. Everyone was scared. And a
Mhm.
couple months later, a guy tried to blow up a plane with a bomb in his shoe.
Mhm.
I think, what did he do? He like took the shoe off, Red, and started lighting it on fire.
Yeah,
What was
he
his-
had a match. It's quite funny, actually.
and he's trying to like light the match with his shoe.
Like Charlie Chaplin style.
Yeah.
And then the whole plane was like, yeah, we're not going to be the next crash plane. So everybody on the plane just fucking
Rush this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, they took care of
Fuck.
him.
You
him
would,
up.
wouldn't you?
So here's the description of the event. A passenger on Flight 63 from Paris to Miami complained of the smell of smoke in the cabin shortly after meal service. One flight attendant, Ernest Mortadier, thinking she smelt a
cool
burnt match, walked along the aisle of the plane trying to assess the source. A passenger pointed to Reed, it's him, snitch, who was sitting alone near a window and attempting to light a match. Mortadier warned him that smoking was not allowed on board the aircraft. Reed promised to stop. What is going on here? A few minutes later, Mortadier found Reed leaned over in his seat. After she asked him what he was doing, Reed grabbed at her, revealing one shoe in his lap, a fuse leading into the shoe, and a lit match. Several passengers worked together to subdue the 6'4"
A big boy.
yeah, big
big
boy,
guy.
weighed in
Big
at
shoes.
215
A
pounds.
lot of room for a bomb in there.
97
I imagine.
kilos. They restrained him using plastic handcuffs, seatbelt extensions, leather waist belts, and headphone cords. Sounds hot. A doctor on board administers a tranquilizer to him, which he found in the emergency medical kit of the airline. Well, they should know where these things. Oh, thank God for that. Should know where it is. It was immediately diverted to Logan International Airport. Yeah, so he just he got.
That's a big fucking guy though. 215, 6'4". That's a
crazy.
fucking
Yeah.
I didn't realize they kept tranks and handcuffs on the plane.
plastic ones.
Yeah.
It was obviously some fetish guy was like, look, this is quite embarrassing, but in my suitcase.
Yeah.
I've
Is anyone
got-
on this plane got any handcuffs?
Yeah, I do.
I've got a dildo that shoots pussy bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be
Sorry.
used to knock him out.
I have Rehypnol. We need that.
Does anyone here have any Quaaludes, please?
So he was sentenced to 3 life sentences.
Yeah.
And 110 years. No possibility of
I
parole.
fucking hate
Just
it when
say
they do
you're
that.
going
What's the
to
point?
prison.
Just say you're in prison till you die. Like, that's such overkill. Do you know
It's
what I mean?
so funny.
He was also fined a maximum of $250,000 on each count, a total of $2 million. It's like, what are they going to do if he doesn't pay it? Is he in the
Yeah.
small claims court right now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
His commitment. The thing is, if you're on a plane and he managed to blow up his feet, that doesn't even mean he might just blow off one of his feet.
He might just blow his legs off. Yeah. Do you think it would be like, because planes are pretty sturdy, innit? Like,
Well, if you get a hole in a plane, it's bad.
yeah, that's obviously
Very
bad,
bad.
if you get a hole in. But you'd think that, like, I don't know, maybe, is that why you have to take your shoes off at the airport now?
Yes.
Because of this toss.
Yeah, that's
This
the whole
one
point
guy,
for
that's
20
so
years
fucking
because this
annoying.
one guy.
It's the
This one
worst.
fucking idiot.
And you're like, oh, come on. Yeah,
Also-
shoes
So
off.
dumb.
Is there a laptop in your bag? Yes, you can see it on your fucking computer. Just let me go through, please.
So wait, Red, you think they shouldn't have airport security?
No, I do think they should, but like not just shoes. I get not bringing a knife on the plane.
I don't remember like ever not be. I watch like old movies like Airplane and stuff like that, and it like blows my mind that there was a time where you could just like walk out from the street like onto the plane smoking a fag.
know.
That's so cool.
Or you could walk onto someone like this guy sparking a match. So, oh, by the way, no smoking. You know, like if you're lighting a match on a plane, you should probably get kicked off it. 'Cause
Now,
that's
the thing
nowadays,
is,
yeah.
pre 9/11, you know that they were allowed to have box cutters on planes.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like a knife.
Take
It's
anything
crazy.
you wanted, right? And like now it's like a felony in the States to smoke a cigarette on a plane in the toilets or whatever.
But everyone used to smoke on planes.
Yeah.
I bet there's still countries where you can, and I want to go there and smoke on a flight.
Me too. I quit smoking recently, but I love.
I'd start again. Just for
Same,
that.
yeah. Whenever I go to like gig in like Europe or a country where they have like indoor smoking, I'm just starting again because it's so sick. It's just so cool. You can't help it, you know.
So here's this is great. The reason the explosive didn't go off. Did not detonate due to the delay in the departure of Reed's flight. The rainy weather, along with Reed's foot's perspiration, caused the fuse to be too damp to ignite. So he had sweaty feet. His feet were too sweaty in his attempt. I don't think he should be in jail because this man's clearly no risk outside of jail. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. He
Well, he's
made
a
a bomb
fucking
and gunned on
idiot.
a plane.
Yeah.
The thing is, the foot sweating is actually, that's like the kind of, so you'd probably build a prototype, you'd test it out, it explodes, and then you're like, okay, this works. So you do another one, it works. But the only thing is, you haven't tested in the way where you wear it for 10 hours.
In the rain with your foot sweating.
So
yeah.
I don't think he's an idiot necessarily. I think he's probably a very dangerous individual.
Yeah.
He's
As
had
he
his
did
shot.
try to kill,
He's proved he can't do
did
it.
try to kill himself and a couple hundred people.
But also, these operations aren't like obviously the resources and the recruitment and the training and stuff all takes a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time for those CIA officers to message people on Facebook Messenger and tell them to do it. But
you a truther?
yeah. But it's like it's not like Ocean's 11 to like stick some fucking Semtex in the sole of your shoe, glue it up, and light a match on fire like you're wearing Acme rocket shoes from Wile E. Coyote. Do you know what I mean? It's not like this guy's not like, well, unless I have my professional Marvel villain bomb making kit, I'm not a threat to society. It's like he'll just like crash his car into someone.
I don't know. I think he's been given the shot and he's proved he's useless.
Which I don't understand is that like.
He seems quite committed to killing people.
This is what I mean. It's not like if he's just like locked at home and he doesn't have access to like bomb making gear, he's not going to be a threat to society. He'll just do something else.
He's the vanilla ice of terrorism. Just a shit white guy who couldn't do it.
I think he shouldn't have been given. They should just the consecutive sentencing thing is so stupid. It's like the modern equivalent of hanging, drawing, and quartering. It's just so overkill. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking, if you want to kill him, kill him. If you want him to have a life sentence, just say you'll be in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And
You
no
never
matter
get
how
out.
long that is, you know.
So, Red,
Mm-hmm.
tell me something else about 2001.
Okay.
So you got the Wikipedia page.
Educate me.
Yeah, me too. I want to be educated.
Okay, we got some good stuff here, so don't worry. Don't you worry
Oh,
about
also,
that.
Bobby, the Redophiles thing. I think that's really funny.
I don't, but
I think it's so funny.
well, it's been rammed down people's throats, and now people think it's fine.
Funny.
Well, that's the thing about being a redophile. They like having things rammed down their throats, you know?
Fuck's sake.
A non-practicing redophile.
We had a man
Non-offending,
write in
that was
saying-
it, that's funny.
Non-offending redophile.
Non-offending
yeah.
redophile.
To July the 2nd, 2001,
Uh-huh.
the world's first self-contained artificial heart is implanted in Robert Tools in the United States. Pretty good. Well, you think it's good, don't you? Do you want to know Robert Tools' lifespan? July 31st, 1942 to November 30th, 2001.
So they gave him an artificial heart. How
Yeah.
long did he live for?
July to November.
It's like 5 months. Man.
And I don't think he
6
was living.
months.
I know he was out boogieing.
Yeah.
So it's not really, you know. He went on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, though. Pretty good.
Within the span.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
like, I have an artificial heart. They're like, cool. And then he like dies the next day. You're like, yeah, we just want
It's when they find out that artificial hearts are like really interfered with by TV cameras.
yeah.
Shaking up on the couch. Gets in Jay Leno's car and the vibrations of the engine just fucking explode his chest like Alien.
But no, he had a chance to enjoy some of his favourite pastimes, hobbies, and sorry, I said that wrong. His favourite pastimes: fishing and dining out. So
I
that's good.
reckon if your heart is fucked enough that you need the only cure is an artificial heart that's made with like 2001 flip phone PDA technology. You probably weren't long for this world.
Yeah,
Well, I think
a Nokia battery.
I would imagine a heart transplant also would have worked for this guy, but maybe that wasn't an option, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they said, listen, any human heart will not keep you alive.
Yeah.
We need to build you super heart.
That's
while
so
he was
funny.
in hospital, he got a visit from the Oak Ridge Boys,
Who's that?
a band who I've never heard of until now. Gospel vocal quartet. Nice. Okay, they're popular in the Southern Gospel era. Great era.
Maybe that's why he died. Maybe
Muhammad Ali came and visited him.
Maybe it was a front to
Muhammad
God.
Ali did.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe God didn't like the fact that he got a human heart.
Yeah, he had a stroke and abdominal bleeding. He died on November 30th, 2001.
Okay,
So it
tell
wasn't.
us about this random guy having a stroke and bleeding in his stomach and dying.
Well, when you research this, everything.
when I think
every
2001,
year there's
that's what I
about
think of.
7 earthquakes that kill like 800 people, and you're like, can't really do much with that, can I? Unless you got any good earthquake jokes, Ed.
Not off the top of my head, Red.
No. Okay, I've actually got a fun one for us. It doesn't sound fun at all, but it kind of is.
Yeah. This is.
Yeah, this is quite good actually.
Crown
Prince.
Are you on the Wikipedia page for 2001?
No, I make a doc every week
Okay.
of my favourite stuff from the year. Crown Prince Dipendra of Nepal kills his father, the king, his mother, and other members of the royal family with an assault rifle, then shoots himself in the Nepalese royal massacre. Dipendra, who briefly survives, automatically becomes king of Nepal. So he's in because of succession, you know. So for like 3 days, he's in a coma and he's king, which is amusing in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But then, like, everyone has to speak. Like, king, what do we do about this? You know, he's just killed his mum and dad.
I don't think he didn't. No, I think they're saying someone survived. It was him.
He survived, so he shot himself in the head, and he was like, but he was
In
on
a
life
coma
support
for
3
like
days.
3 days.
But he's king, so they had to say, well, he's king now, because he just shot. No one knew what to do.
I mean, Red. I don't know if they put a crown on his head. Like, I don't think
But he was king
You know,
by
like, hit him with
succession.
the oil, put the scepter in his hand and shit. Yeah.
So, but you know, so
But you don't get to be king if you commit regicide. That's
No.
pretty like that's
Yeah.
because if you did, everybody would just commit regicide
you know
all
that
the
there's
time.
this is in Nepal, yeah.
yeah,
You know, there's definitely a
He
new
automatically
there's
becomes
like a new
king.
rule in the Nepalese law book about who can be king after that day.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
but he was automatically king for three days.
And then did he die?
Then he died.
Well, good. Fuck
Okay.
this guy.
Yeah,
and
let's
but
fuck this
like
guy.
You know what I think? It's wrong to kill your mother and your father.
And all
well,
your
no,
family,
you
yeah, I
didn't think that
so.
with the
And your
Menendez
whole-
brothers, did you? These 2 boys killed their mum and dad, and Bobby wants to get them on the pod, but they're in jail, so he can't.
I think we could get them on.
That would be fucking sick.
Listen,
Yeah.
they killed their mom and their dad, which is wrong.
Yeah.
But their dad abused them,
Okay.
Allegedly.
and I think they got what was coming to them.
I think they got what was coming to them too.
Well, maybe, but you don't know. These 2 kids might be psychotic liars, just saying whatever that comes to mind to get away with murdering their mum and dad.
Why did they murder their parents? What was the?
Well, they said, oh, they're abusing us. But actually, what they did is they were driving around in their car. They were set to inherit their money.
Yeah, I think
it's so fishy, the whole
Did they
thing.
have loads of money? Were they like super rich?
No, but like
Yeah.
enough. These
Oh, they
kids
did.
were,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think they
Yeah.
were pretty. I think they were just quite happy. They were being abused by their father anymore, so they drove around in some nice cars and bought some houses.
you
Or
would
they were
be-
spoiled
yeah.
little nasty satanic boys, and their parents were like, "Get a job. You're not getting any more pocket money." Like, well, fuck you, mum and dad. We're going to shoot you, and make it look like a home invasion, which they tried to do.
I think shooting mum and dad. The idea of shooting mum and dad because you're not getting enough pocket money, I think reflects probably more on you than what actually happened. Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
he shot his mum and dad. They didn't give him enough pocket money.
So if all the royals died in a plane crash, apart from Andrew, who sadly has coronavirus at the moment,
and being a paedophile disease.
yeah,
Yeah.
would he
He's not a
become king?
pedophile. He had sex with a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, so
He's
he's a
just-
what? He's a hemophile.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a hebephile. Yeah, everyone keeps calling him. Yeah, what was he though? He was like 42, wasn't
That'd
he?
be funny if because if you call Prince Andrew a pedophile, then you're like, then you look at like all our family trees and be like, oh my god, all our grandparents were pedophiles.
We all come from a long line of nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an uncomfortable truth. I watched this
Absolutely.
documentary on.
I'm overcoming the setbacks of my heritage by not being a paedophile.
Yeah.
That's why you're dating a 70-year-old.
Yeah,
Trying
yeah.
to reset the balance.
Yes.
I watched a documentary on all the rock stars in the 70s, and I thought, oh, this is going to kick off. Came out on Sky. And then I looked at the date it came out, and it was like August 2021. It's like no one gives. Everyone's just like, no, don't care.
It's too
It's
much
like David
energy.
Bowie, Jimmy Page. Everyone's like, look, the songs are too good. I don't care.
Yeah, who's a Mick Jagger as well.
Yeah.
12-year-olds and shit. That's real paedophiles.
No, that
right?
is an alleged. That's an
alleged.
allegation.
Oh, allegedly.
Yeah.
Pete Townsend definitely.
No, he was doing research Do you remember that?
Townsend was researching for a book.
He put his credit card details into a porn site.
I gotta say, if I
Buychildporn.com.
if I was caught with child pornography on a Friday, and I said, oh, it's because I was researching for a book, and then people found that out, I would have that book written by Monday. You know what I mean? Like, get out the book. Where's the book?
That's the new Craig David song.
You go get loads of coffees and
caught child porn on Friday, writing a book on Saturday.
Bobby just downing Pro Plus. And he's like a student at university pulling an all-nighter.
Injecting like Ritalin. It's like mainlining Ritalin and hammering out 40,000 words about
I gotta write a book this weekend because I told everyone the reason I was doing pedophile stuff was because of this book, and if I don't write the book,
Harriet, put the kettle on.
It's so funny.
Harriet, can you write a couple chapters for me? Wait, you're leaving me? What? Oh, because of the thing. Yeah, I get that now.
It'd be so funny if the police called you up and like, Leslie, we heard you looking up child porn. We're gonna come and check in on that on Monday. So make sure it's still there.
I'm still writing.
Mabel, here's 300 quid. Go get Daddy some cocaine.
I would totally, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to.
You gotta sniff. Right. You know?
Red, if that happened to Bobby, would you come round and help him write the book?
I'd probably have to, wouldn't I? Because otherwise the pod would be fucked.
That's so funny. Yeah, the Pete Townsend thing is so funny. It's like you're the guitarist for the Who. Why are you writing a book about like child porn?
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah. What
yeah. Well, no, everyone's like, everyone makes fun of the fact that he was like, oh, I'm writing a book, but no one's like, what was the book about? And that was the research.
Well, no, he said he got abused as a child, and he wanted to watch child porn to work out why.
Okay.
I'm sure that's why a lot of people want to watch child porn.
I think
it's funny if you're good on guitar.
I think we might.
It doesn't matter.
I think this episode might have got
too bleak.
Okay, sorry.
This is too bleak.
Sorry. It just
Jesus Christ.
the stretches you can make if people like your songs.
Jody, I think we might need to make some cuts.
We don't need to cut. We're not cutting anything.
Yeah. I agree,
Okay,
Jody.
fine.
Let's
Let's talk about achievements from children then. Sherpa. No, let's empower them. Temba Tisheri, saying it wrong, definitely, but I don't think he listens to the pod. He became the youngest person to reach the summit of Mount Everest at 15.
That's sick.
Clap, clap, clap. Very
you
well
guys
done.
watched that documentary about the Sherpas?
What, and they the one where he punches the tourist?
Yeah.
Because loads of American tossers go
sick.
over.
Yeah, there's like this white guy who runs like his business is that he hires loads of Sherpas to pays them really shit money.
So is Sherpa their job, or is that the name of the people who?
I think it's the
Usually
job.
I think
do
it's
the
a
job.
lifestyle, but they get paid for it, you know?
Yeah, so they get hired to like, he runs this like group where he pays them really badly and they have to work in terrible conditions, like basically fucking carrying 70-year-old businessmen who want to say they've gone up Everest, up a mountain on their backs.
Because they want to have it on their office desk.
And there's this amazing documentary about them basically striking and like punching this tourist and going like, fuck
this tourist
you.
like raises his voice like, take me to the top of the mountain, and this Sherpa just cracks.
It's so fucking sick. It's so
fucking great.
cathartic.
And then what?
Yeah, but this guy, he'll charge Americans like 30 grand each,
And pay them what?
and he'll pay the Sherpas like 300.
And there's a really
up and
high
down.
mortality rate as well for Sherpas.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
really
that guy
fucked.
needs to go.
Yeah.
Is he out? Or they get rid of him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's great because they should be able to run their own shit. Well, they don't need him.
Absolutely,
they should
yeah.
all be-
He's like this Australian guy. He's like this old Australian guy or some shit.
Yeah, you're just a fucking
It's
vulture.
like, yeah, I feel
But
really
maybe they have
close to
simple
Mount
needs.
Everest. or
They might
whatever.
have simple needs. They just want cold.
No, they want money. They deserve their fucking.
Well, why don't I deserve money? The Sherpas do. What the fuck?
Because they climb packs up a mountain. You bathe 4 times a day. It's a different life.
I release content that people enjoy. The Sherpa are one of the Tibetan ethnic groups, so it's a ethnic group. Not a name for a mountaineer.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
We've
didn't
got to
know that.
respect people on this podcast. Not so happy news from the Mount Everest. Marco Siffredi was the first to descend Mount Everest on a snowboard in 2001 via the Norton Coulier.
Via falling.
Yeah. In 2002, he disappeared after making his second Everest summit while attempting to snowboard the Hornbeam Couloir. Why is it French? His body has never been found. Not nice.
How much of this this podcast, Bobby, is just reading off a laptop that's in front of
Well, I
his
do
face?
my notes, and then a lot of it's that, some of it's that. That's how the information comes.
I'm just making fun, Red. I'm just poking.
Well, it's not fun. It's a fucking
I'm
serious
sorry, man.
podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for undermining it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to run a ship here.
I'm having real fun here. You guys have been really nice and hospitable, and I think it's a funny, good podcast.
Okay, good.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I was having a good time.
Fred, the image of a man holding a laptop an inch from his face while he mangles French words is funny. You can't mangle French words, hold a laptop an inch from your face, and then
Bobby,
be
do you
surprised.
want to? What's that country in South America called again?
Argentina?
No,
Paraguay?
Paraguay. Have you heard someone say Paraguay before?
Yeah.
That's how Bobby says it.
That's how a lot of people in
It's
North
not.
America
You say
say it.
Paraguay.
Yes!
Loads of people in
you're gonna
America.
slam
Oh,
today.
literally.
Paraguay, yeah. I say Paraguay.
Someone's tickling Bobby's balls today. Right, 2001, the
Came
iPod.
here to ingratiate myself to Bobby.
The iPod.
I know where my bread's
no, the
really
mountain.
buttered.
Let's talk about the mountain guy.
Oh, you want to carry on with the mountain?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you know what's really fucked up about the mountain stuff? You know when you hear about someone disappearing on Everest?
Yeah.
You're like, how can that happen? It's so scary.
What do you mean? It's a giant mountain.
Yeah, it's a giant mountain, but it's sort of obviously getting smaller as
Avalanches.
it goes up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But there was snowfall. They'll get covered,
But it's
frozen ice.
so interesting that there are still bits of like the Earth's like above sea level that are so
What, that you can get lost in?
Yeah, like even with helicopters and planes and shit,
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can just be undiscovered in forever. That's
I
so
like
crazy.
the idea that in human civilization kind of goes away for a while, and then in like 1,000 years they just discover like all these white people at the top of Mount Everest, and they're like, how the fuck did this happen?
Oh, and they
Yeah.
think
You know what I
that's
mean?
what the
Yeah,
indigenous.
I just think like they would be like, so somehow
Yeah. They're like 300-pound
white people
Americans.
all lived at the top of this mountain and ate very well. It must have been a very good place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
They've all
fucks
like
up the
they've all got like orange,
geography.
like the perfectly preserved in the cold, like orange
Yeah,
puffer
yeah.
jackets and like those like rainbow reflective ski
Yeah,
goggles.
I
and
hate
shit.
them so much.
Yeah, that's so fun.
And it,
Yeah.
trying to snowboard down Mount Everest, I have to say, is like
That's brave as hell.
Well,
it's
surviving
insane.
it, and then
Trying to do it again.
Trying to do it again is crazy.
Yeah.
Just like,
Surely.
can't we just jerk off and calm down? Like, can't all these like thrill-seeking people?
Well, I think it's.
Just go to, if you want to do a snowboarding, just go to a dry slope. Do you know what I mean?
I'd like to know some statistics, but probably Mount Everest is the biggest killer amongst affluent, rich Western men. Do you know what I mean? From the
Yeah.
ages to like 18 to 40.
Yeah,
It's probably a stat. Like
probably-
rich
like
kids who were like.
Everest and then like Vesuvius.
And then
people that are
Coke.
falling in.
Yeah.
I
Coke,
think Coke is probably beating everybody.
Yeah, but I think Everest it would be interesting to know because
It's like Everest, Vesuvius, Coke, private school hazing. Gone wrong.
yeah.
Private school hazing, like, I think hazing is wrong, but if they're gonna do it, can we make it a TV show?
Yeah. That'd be like, I'd love to watch.
And that's how you pick the next prime minister. Like, who
Yeah.
comes through the hazing the best? They're like, okay, you're 16, but when you're 40, you'll get to be prime minister.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's like
think it
Made in
fucks people up,
Chelsea,
doesn't
except
it?
it's them all as kids, like having fucking meter sticks broken on their backs the first time they have to sleep in the dorm at boarding school.
Yeah, why are you crying, you pussy?
12-year-olds being made to drink a whole Magnum champagne before school.
you got down a bottle of whiskey and then debate Israel and Palestine.
Yeah, you have to go and stay in the woods for 1 week.
Yeah. They never get out. You meet someone who went to a boarding school or something, and it's like, suddenly it's like 8
They all
a.m.
have the same vibe. They all have the same
The same
vibe.
vibe, and the bed's made, and it's 8 o'clock, and they're like, "Hi."
Yeah.
We're like, we were drinking till
That
5
same
last night.
Intense anger, yeah.
Yeah, it never goes because
No,
it's
no.
too tough.
No, it's like because wasn't the whole point of it like back in like the days when they were all founded? It's like, well, you're all just going to be like military officers.
Of course, yeah.
So it's like military
Yeah,
stuff.
stand up straight. Don't miss your mum.
All the teachers are guys who've just come back from like the First World War, where posh guys had to like get PTSD for the first time ever, and they're like, and they took it out on like loads of fucking 7-year-olds.
That's it. You just come back and you just take out all your anger on.
It's
those
like, oh,
fucking-
that's my favorite geography teacher. Oh, Mr. Smith, the nicest guy in the world. So and so to see, he just like fucking backhands you
Yeah.
into like a tennis net.
Yeah, he used to put bubble wrap on his whip so it didn't hurt as much.
yeah.
Yeah, you can actually like. What was the thing called that they used to hit them with?
Like a cane.
No, there was another one. I can't remember what it's called.
A
No,
switch?
there was a special and it had like the paddle board. It was like had spikes on it or something. There was some special thing that would get whacked out, and this is a good way to form an adult.
Yeah.
And then 30 years later, that guy's like, I think we should invade Egypt.
Yeah.
I wonder what
That
happened
sarcophagus
here.
belongs to me.
Yeah, no, there was Eton just sounds fucking horrible.
Sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
But then you gotta have empathy for everybody, like that guy who's just beating kids with a paddle. After a couple of years of that, he's gonna go home. He's gonna get carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he's going to have a sore wrist every night. And his wife's going to say, what's wrong? And he's going to say, I don't know. And after a while, he's going to be like, you know what? I think it's just my age. I can't hit children I barely know like I used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to have to
loves-
accept his own mortality while figuring out new ways to torture children for no
Yeah.
reason.
Then that's where the
Because-
mental torture comes in.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
and
mean?
then he's going to realize he's dying, and that's sad. Like, he's going to realize, like, listen, nothing great and fun lasts forever.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's just gonna imagine looking back on your whole lifetime, and it's like you were a teacher, but you didn't teach kids anything apart from how to like take their anger out on someone smaller than them.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
But that's an important lesson, isn't it? You fucking little loser.
Yeah.
It is an important
We're also
lesson to
we're
learn.
too
Like,
soft on kids these days.
When I started growing up,
Who's we, right? You use the pejorative
Our
we.
society,
Like
this
we're
country's
all-
gone to the dogs.
Oh, not this again.
dude, if I was a real late bloomer in school, and the moment I got bigger than someone else, I was like, now's my time. But then obviously, by that time I was like 17, and you've kind of grown out of like.
So you just walked around
bucking it
punching
down.
12-year-olds in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I didn't actually do any bullying of my own. It wasn't in vogue. If I'd been 12 and like the biggest kid in class, absolutely I would have tried.
I gotta
to-
say, when I was, I'm not especially proud of this story, but when I was about 12, some 10-year-olds started up on me. I beat the shit out of 6 10-year-olds.
That's really good.
sick.
What were your
That's so
What were your
sick.
moves?
In the middle of like
Well,
sleeping around and
Yeah.
getting money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Of course you beat them because you're just working out and having
No,
sex all the time.
yeah, they-
Pull up, straight off the pull-up
No,
bar,
no,
like
but
smashes
guys-
one of them with a dumbbell.
It's like
I
Conor
may have been
McGregor.
exaggerating before when I talked about fucking and working out as a kid.
Exaggerate. I think lying is.
I may have exaggerated some of the truth there, but when I say that when I was 12, I fought 6 10-year-olds, I'm serious.
Okay.
And the thing is, they hadn't quite learned about punching in the face yet.
Oh, so still going for the
so they're
start.
trying
Oh,
to
and
just
they
like
went,
wrestle,
"Ow,
and you
you can
just
do that."
start
One bang
one
each
punch
time, yeah.
KOing
Yeah.
10-year-olds,
Like Bruce
Nice.
Lee.
and kicking in the balls,
Yeah,
and
that's
you feel
good.
like a king.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can take them down real quick.
Did you ever have that in your school? Did you have the guy who when you were 12 would brag about like having had sex?
No, every school.
And at 12 you'd be like, "Oh man, that's crazy. He's so mature." And I'm like, "He never had sex."
Or
Yeah,
no, maybe he did, but I bet
It
his
was
life
with his
isn't great.
dad.
yeah.
At my boarding school.
You never fuck your dad?
Yeah, it was part of the hazing. Didn't you have to do it as well?
Yeah. Well, those rugby club, it's always like, yeah, we all wank on a pack of jammy Dodgers, and then whoever comes last has to eat it. And you're like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird. Soggy biscuit, they call it.
Yeah.
There was that whole like
hazing.
Yeah, there was that whole Wikipedia era when everyone was talking about soggy biscuit. It was the fucking
Oh, it's so
lamest shit in the
boring.
world.
Listen.
It's so fucking boring. Man.
Yeah, just so what? I like to eat crackers covered in cum. I shouldn't be shamed for
Exactly.
it. You know?
I like to eat
Stop
Jacob's
like
cream
making
crackers
it this
covered in cum.
game where
Yeah.
the person that does it, the loser has to eat a cracker covered in cum. Some of us just like cum crackers,
Stop
okay?
should be the
pink shaming
winner.
anyone that gets cum in. It's just so fucking weird as
Some
well.
Yeah, I
People
eat
like-
my own cum. So
No,
what?
please
You know?
stop.
Please.
I'm not going to eat today, I don't think, after this. It's disgusting. Someone's probably listening to this eating a sandwich on the train.
Someone's probably eating a biscuit covered in cum right now.
No,
Like, yeah.
no. Well, we have very good listeners, very intelligent people.
Red gets worried because his mom listens.
Oh, really?
So he gets very squeamish if his mom.
So the iPod was invented in 2001, which is good. Did you ever have one?
Yeah, I
They
did.
were
I had
shit.
an iPod
you
Nano.
You couldn't tell what song was
I
coming
thought
next.
it was sick.
It
I
was
thought it was
crap.
sick. The only thing
Yeah,
is,
it's better than the Walkman.
yeah, it was sick. I thought it was sick. My first ever thing I had was a CD Walkman.
Yeah, they were so bad.
I used to
And if you
listen to it in the back
jogged
of
or
my
if
car
you
with my
moved,
mum.
it would skip.
Yeah, it was awful. I had the Who Ultimate Collection and a Green Day CD. when I was, like,
Really? The
6.
Who?
Yeah, I liked the Who because they were in an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And because I was fucked by Pete Townsend. So I used to listen. Yeah, I used to listen to the Who. and then
I had
iPod
Michael
changed
Jackson
the game.
Earth Song on CD. I had a CD with just one song on it. It was that one.
Do you know what? It's like it's so crazy how there's 100% hit rate of pedophiles making music that kids love.
Yeah.
Gary
yeah.
Glitter as
It's
well.
almost as if they know what kids want.
yeah. The Gary Glitter song where he's like, "I'm the leader." That's absolutely
Yes,
slaps.
you were. Well, what's the one that was in the Joker? Dun-dun.
Yeah.
That's an amazing song. Everyone's like, why
Have you
are
ever
they
listened to
music?
Gary Glitter?
Not like I've never went out of my way to. I mean, I'm sure I've heard lots of the man's music,
Yes,
but I've never
but not
went out of my way to
consciously,
like
yeah.
appreciate.
You like
his
him,
art.
but not his songs. don't
Yeah,
you?
I'm more a fan of his lifestyle than his art.
yeah.
You know,
The man himself. Yeah.
like I feel like his best work is in front of him, but his best life is behind him.
yeah. Didn't Gary? Did you hear that? You know that they made like
I call him Gare Bear.
Gare Bear. Okay.
Gare Bear.
They made Channel 4 made like an alt universe TV show about Gary Glitter a few years ago. Did you hear about this?
No, where he didn't do anything.
No, they made a TV show in like 2010, like a drama called The Execution of Gary Glitter.
Okay.
And it's like about an alt universe, alt timeline Britain where they bring back the death penalty and they decide that the first person to be executed will be Gary Glitter.
Was this before the allegation?
No, this is after the allegation. This is like
That would be funny
2010.
if they
No.
But like it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, but this is like that's obviously that stuff's been going on for like 20, 30, 40 years. All the stuff with Gary Glitter. He lived out in Cambodia or something for ages.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
still
dirty.
there.
He's in jail, isn't he?
But no, what? So they they released this show about like it's just a like weird show about what if we brought back the death penalty and the first person to get it was Gary Glitter, and Gary Glitter sued Channel 4 for defamation of character and put in a complaint with like the BBFC or the standards body for TV, and they replied saying, "Listen, we're not going to follow up this defamation of character complaint because we don't feel they can do any more significant damage to your reputation than you having sex with children already has." It's so fucked up. They were like, "Well, you've been convicted for being a paedophile, so we don't believe that this TV show about it is going to damage your reputation any further." And this guy was like, well,
you know,
okay,
a guy,
doesn't make
so
sense to
he
me.
sold his back catalogue, the rights to his music.
He made like $5 million.
Yeah, 5-6 mil in like
Crazy money.
in the mid-90s when he knew it was going to come out, and whoever bought that, he's in like 20-something years, he's had one phone call, and that was from Todd Phillips. Can I use a bit for the joke? So he just sat on this Gary Glitter music that he can't do anything with.
You're making me want to revisit his catalog.
What is that one
I
song?
seem to remember some of his songs being like on stuff.
They
when I
were
was a
horrible.
kid.
It was
It
My
was like
Gang,
him and
My Gang.
T-Rex are in the same like space in my
But
brain.
why is he?
I'm not
so
saying that T-Rex.
all
fuck
the other
kids, but-
guys can't, but they stopped. I think that's the thing. You got to stop.
Well, there's different. I don't know how we've got down this path.
Yeah, we
again.
can't do this. We do it every week, and we got to try and stop because it is
We
meant to
talk
be.
about
A
paedophiles every
well,
week.
no, it's meant to be a history podcast, but for some reason it always goes down this horrible fucking route. We went from iPod to Gary Glitter.
Oh, well, music you'd listen
Yeah,
to.
to be fair,
Gary
that's quite
Glitter.
that's quite a linear.
What we could have just done is go,
straightforward
oh,
path.
that was interesting. I used to have one. Hasn't technology advanced since then? And we could have left it as that.
Yeah, I used to have one. I like my iPod Nano.
Okay, well, American Airlines Flight 587. There's never a good thing after that sentence, is there?
yeah.
It crashes
Landed
in Queens.
successfully
Crashes
and
in Queens.
safely.
Yeah, minutes after takeoff from John F. Kennedy Airport, killing all 260 on board. The worst thing about it is there's a lady on board called Hilda Yolanda Mayol, and she survived the September 11th attacks, having escaped the North Tower. And 2 months later, she's on that plane. I was trying to
That's
get
been
off
the Year's
paedophiles.
podcast for the week.
I'm sorry to everyone, but I was trying to get off, and that was the only bit of stuff. I didn't want to talk about Gary
every
Glitter.
episode we're talking about something that's too grim, and then
Yeah.
you're like 260 people died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
The dick of the year this week is indisputably Red Richardson.
I think I have to take that.
He,
It's probably Bin Laden.
I thought I was going to lift the mood with some, but that's all I've
again,
got.
We let Red do the research and guide the podcast.
Oh gosh.
And Red, like the Australian man on Mount Everest, should not be allowed to Sherpa anyone anywhere.
I feel like I'm at the top of podcast Everest with you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
you've reached
I've had
it. This is the peak.
I've had a great time. Thank you for inviting me.
It's the best pod in the game.
We've had a great time. We
Thank you.
appreciate you coming
I
on.
always
Ed.
like hanging out with you guys as well.
Well, yeah.
Do you want to stick around for the Patreon episode?
Yeah, sure.
Stick around. We got Johnny Depp on this Patreon episode as well. He's coming and he's just.
Oh my God!
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
if you want to hear Ed and Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they're gonna reunite.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to www.patreon.com/theyearispod. Sign up, £3 a month minimum, and you can hear all of that
Yeah.
and more. New episode every Friday.
Right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Ed Knight.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
You
Thank
got
you
any
for coming
projects
up, guys.
coming out?
Yeah, Soho Theatre, 25th of June. Come to that.
Ed Knight's a very good comedian, nominated for Newcomer of the Edinburgh Fringe. He's at the Soho Theatre.
I've very enjoyed being on these podcasts. Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay, and a big thank you to our super genius patrons, Spencer, Matthew, and Christopher.
Thank you
Without
so
you,
much.
We would be dead.
Yes, we would be.
Red would kill me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
That was another episode of The Year Is. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. It all helps. I'd like to thank our producer, Jody. And also I'd like to thank Josh Weller for our intro music and song. It's very catchy. It's very nice. I'm sure you will enjoy it at the beginning. So big thanks for Josh Weller. He's on Instagram at Josh Weller. Josh Weller. Follow him and keep spreading the word of The Year Is. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.